Good afternoon, all. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible, friends? Hello. Uh, am I audible? Yeah. Let's go ahead. You can send me message if I'm audible. Yeah. So, can I get message confirmation if I'm audible? Dhanashri, I'm unable to hear you. Okay, let's go ahead. Can anyone confirm, please? Hello. Hello. Okay, I'll share my screen. Let's go ahead. Yeah. So in last session, we have completed the HTML5. Let me just show you the yeah. So these are the types of element we have completed in HTML5. Input, uh, email, URL, number, range, color, telephone, date, time, week, month, and search. Okay, and the kind of example we have seen is this one. So we've gone through all this example. We have seen all this like color, date, time, email, month, number, range, telephone, time, URL, week. So these were the HTML5 input types of element we have seen. We've gone through all this example on date, time, email, file also we've seen. We also seen few, attributes with respect to input restriction. Okay. So there's a disabled, okay, it won't allow you to input anything. Max and mean range we have seen. Max length also we have seen. Pattern we have seen only in the case of telephone, but not in that. Read only means that you can't modify it. Then required means it is must. We have seen size also. Like you said, text box size is, let's say 100 means only it's exercise means text box size means it's the width of the text box actually. And then max length means the number of characters we can input in the text box. So yeah. Uh, okay, so input type range. We have also gone through a few HTML attributes, like read only. This we have seen. I mean, we've done a demo on everything. Disabled, size, and max length. These are all. Uh, we also seen few things like autocomplete. What it does. It automatically completes when you type. Let's say if there are 4 characters, you type first, it automatically comes. So autocomplete attribute. Then no validate means it don't validate whatever the characteristics of the input field. For example, if you're putting an input type, you go to any email and it should validate that if you put an email in a@y.com. But if you set validation as no attribute as no validate, it won't validate. Okay. So that's also like, yeah, this was the one of the example we said no validate means don't validate this input email validation. Autofocus means focus will go to automatically to that particular element. Yeah, so we had just closed this. We had also started with the CSS. So let me close this one. Where are we? So this slide we started, but I told you that I'm going to refer the document because there are more examples are there. Okay, so let me just go through it that what we have done in CSS. Okay, so we started, what is CSS cascading style sheet, then why to use it. So you can apply the, uh, what is called the wonderful look and feel to your elements, the entire body. Okay, so CSS solved a big problem with HTML because HTML you can, there is no provision in HTML that you can apply a look and feel to a, let's say entire body or particular element. It's that's what. So it's they mention HTML was never intended to contain tag for formatting a web page. Okay. So it was described the content of a web page, like this is header tag paragraph. Okay. Though they were font, but it's only font tag were there, but not in that great help. Okay. So to solve this problem, one would have done a CSS. Okay. So we have seen in the CSS what are the selector, declaration, and so on. Uh, this example we have seen of the style. I'm just reiterating it. So we have seen selector like simple selector. So this demo we have seen. You just apply some style to a paragraph, and wherever paragraph is found, it will be applied here. So to all the paragraph here, this will become text align center and color red. Okay. So this is CSS selector, uh, element selector. I mean to say CSS element selector. Then ID selector means you basically create ID in the hash para1 this style. You assign some design to it under style tag, and then wherever the ID para1 is found, whosoever ID is para1, this particular style will be applied. So in this case, ID will be applied with this style, not the other paragraph, because it matches the this hash para1. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so I was just taking then we see a class selector also. You do just write down with the dot and then followed by the selector name and create any kind of style. Okay. And how we use it in the element using class equal to this. Yes. So what's this? Hash for ID. Sorry. So this example we've seen. Then there's a universal selector also we have seen where you just say using star assign any this basically style text align center blue, then wherever, so actually it will apply to all the element. That was the universal selector. Okay, it is mentioned here the universal selector star selects all element on the page. So whatever you mention here, this will be applied to all the element regardless of any condition. So in H1 P and so on. Grouping selector also we have seen that like if you're applying this text align color and color property to H1 to S2 and paragraph, then instead of writing it in a three different way, you can use comma, comma. Okay. So for example, like here, so this way. So H1 comma S2 comma P. And we are writing so it's saying wherever, H1, S2 and paragraph is found, those element text align will be center and color would be red. So this will apply to this. Now how to add CSS, we were looking at this. So there were, that is where it stopped basically. Okay. So there were three ways that we can add, use CSS cascading style sheet. Just a minute. So one is external CSS, second is first is external, second is internal, third is inline. Okay. So what is external CSS? So what we do in external CSS is that we actually define a CSS, style in one file, which is and we save it by the extension .css. So then in the head section we refer it. So what we do is that I can show you that. So let's say I have let me go there. So there is this file. Where is that file? Okay, that was the CSS file. Let me show you that. Yeah, so this file we have created. Let me open this in Notepad here. Okay, so we given a name it as my style, and we are saving it as .css, and there we are saying that okay, if body element is found in a HTML, then we are defining this property called background hyphen color is green. Okay, and for H1 we are saying color is navy and margin left 20 pixels. We are defining some margin for H1 tag. Okay, so this we are defining an external file, and we should save it as a .css. Remember, in this file, don't include any HTML HTML head body tag, because the content of this gonna embed into our HTML file. So we are gonna refer this into HTML file. So it become a nested body tag. So nested body tag is not allowed, or nested HTML tag is not allowed. Okay, and then let me just open the external. Yeah, external style chip. I'm opening a file here, friends, for us. Demo 9 with Notepad. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do. So we need to use a link tag. Then say relation means a style sheet. Then href means you need to specify the path of the external file. Okay. So this is the external style sheet. Okay, where you create a one file by the extension .css, and under that you define your style. Okay. Uh, and then we need to refer this into a head section. So inside head section, how would you refer the external file? Using a link tag. Specify link means you're trying to link that file. Relation means it's a style sheet, and href means then you to give the path. Now since this my style.css is inside the same folder, that's why no path is required. Otherwise, you need to give the complete path. Okay, then close it. Okay, then wherever this is wherever so whatever style you have written inside this file, it will apply to the respective element. Okay, so let's say yeah, I'll say img src equal to, oh, I need a image file. Do we have an image file? That looks img underscore 2906 img underscore 2906 dot jpg. So I'll save it. So we have these two files over here, friends. So this is a file we are doing. Okay, so this is the external style sheet. Now let's save this and try running this file. Where is that? Yeah, this one. We'll run in browser. Yeah, so look at here. Okay, so image is coming, but nothing will apply to image because we not define anything for an image. So this is the image, and this is a heading. Heading we had defined as what? Color. Sorry, color navy. Body background color is green. Okay, that's what. So it will be applied. So this is the external. Yeah. So and yeah, this all steps. So only one thing we need to take care is that do not add space between the property value and the unit pixel. Okay, so this is the spelling, I mean, this would lead to your what is called the syntax error. So that we need to take care. We're going to talk about few errors sometime. Okay, so this way. So any idea what would be the benefit of external style sheet? Anyone? If you can help me with the answer. External style sheet benefit? Anyone? What could be the benefit of external style sheet? Anyone? External style sheet. Anyone? Can anyone help me with the benefit of external style? I hope I am audible. Let us just include here some paragraph. Oh, it's already there. Anyone? Am I audible, friends? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible? Okay. Thanks, Devashruti. So what's the benefit of external style sheet? Any idea, anyone? So we have just now seen external style sheet where we have defined two files, one file with the HTML. Okay. And in that file under the head section, we are linking the another external file, which is called mystyle.css. So is there any benefit of doing the external style sheet? Okay. Any thought around it? Any input from anyone? Okay. So let me first complete the, so other two we had already seen. So this was the external style sheet. Then we have internal style sheet means you define whatever we have done till that, we basically we define a style sheet inside the same file, HTML file. Okay. And in the head section under the style tag. So like this one. So under head section, we have style tag. There we are defining inside a style tag, uh, we are defining the style for the element, like for body, background color, linen, for header, this thing. So this is the internal, what is called internal style sheet, where your styles are written in the same file. In external, styles are written outside the file. We just refer it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do that there is a example. This is 9. Example number 10 is where is that? So I structurize it basically for our reference. Okay, so this is an internal style sheet. I'll open with the notepad. Yeah. So in internal style sheet means you define the style inside the same HTML file. We open a style tag here. We close a style tag over here, and inside that you want to define style for any element or whatever your style. You can do it here. Okay, and then uh, as per the condition, like okay, so you've written something for H1. Uh, this H1 is applied, but we're not written anything for paragraph, so won't apply. Okay, and so on. So if you run this, open with, so yeah, so this is the heading. Just a minute. could be anything. Let's say I just want to save time. I have the paragraph here, right? So I'll copy this and put it inside the internal. Let's say we're defining something for paragraph. I'll put it here, save it. See, now this is paragraph is coming pink. So why it is coming pink? Because we define something for, okay, it doesn't look that well. So maybe we can make it as, let's say, yellow. Yeah. So that's how it works. It's an internal one. So under style, but that style should be written, has to be written inside a same file. This is the internal one. Yeah. Then there is one more, which is inline. Okay. So you write within the element or within that element as an attribute. That is called inline. So an inline style may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. Okay. To use inline style, add style attribute to a relevant element. The style attribute can contain any CSS property. So within an element we write. Okay. So like for example here, let me show you that. This is the inline example. I will share this example with all of you. See, look at this. So you use style attribute. Then you can say for H1 color colon blue. And if you want to define more than, if we want to define more than one star, attribute in terms of inline style, then we have to use semicolon to separate them. So color blue, text, align, center. Like, here you can keep on adding, other parameter. Just so that way. So this is inline. I don't think we need to run it. Actually, let's run it because we written it. Yeah, this is heading, this is paragraph. So this was our code inline. Yeah, so it's saying for H1 the color is blue, text align center, and for style color is red. This is for a paragraph. This thing is coming. Okay, this is inline. Okay. So we have three way to use the style sheet in the file. Okay. Fine. Okay. We can also have multiple style sheet in the same HTML file. Let's see what it is first. Okay. Uh, just please allow me 1 minute. Someone at the door. I'm in few seconds. My apology, friend. I'm back. Okay, so let's see what is the multiple. Okay, I'll see if I have any query. No problem. Let's go and see here. Okay, so if some properties have been defined for same selector element in multiple style sheet. Okay. So so multiple means you have all the things. You have external, you have internal, and you have inline. Okay. So in that case, what will happen? We are gonna look at it. So now look at over here. See this case. Okay, I'll open this for you. Multiple. Okay, let me just open that example. Multiple style sheet. So this was the, okay, we did 11. We'll go to the demo number 12. Yeah. I'll first show you the code. Okay. So here, what is happening that we have multiple, in the sense, inline is not there, internal is there. So we have two things. One is this one, the external style sheet. Okay. So we are referring a file over here, which is, let me close this, which is, if anything is not required, I'll close it. Yeah. And in the style, this is an internal style sheet, okay, or you can say document level. So internal style sheet. So there is no inline. Okay. Then how does it works? Okay. So what it does basically, uh, that depends that, where have you, so if you look at this code in my style, okay. So now look at this. In my style, we have three, what is called, uh, let me also, gonna put a paragraph here, and should not have a same. Okay, we'll take this just to save the time. Okay. Color will say as red, and margin left as, so we'll say, 400 pixels. Okay, fine. I'm saving it. Now look at it. We have a multiple style sheet over here. One is coming through a external style sheet, which is this one. So we have a body. We have H1. Okay, so body is not there. So we need to define that. Okay, let's have a mix of it. Okay, so H1 and then P. I change the P. Okay. So in that case, that depends that, where are you, referring the, this file, link file. Okay. So now, any idea what will happen if I run this? Anyone? So let's go and see. This is link first demo. Link first demo. I'll run it. Okay. Now look at here. So this is a code. So how this code is working? Any thought around it? Anyone, friends? Okay. Now, what will happen that, see, you are first using a link. That means you're trying to refer a external style sheet. Okay. Now, external style sheet consists of, this is an example of multiple style sheet. So where we have external also and internal style sheet. Now, first you given a link as, first you are giving a path to external style sheet where body H1 and P tag elements have been defined with certain styles. Okay. So you're first referring to that link. Then you're defining style where you are actually saying H1 color orange, where here H1 color is navy. Then you are defining paragraph, color red, margin left 400 in case of my style. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? Any idea, anyone? Quickly. So according, by looking at the output, what you can, understood. Anyone? What is your thought over here? Come on, friend. Just share your input. So what is happening here? What's your thought? If any confusion, let me know. I'll be happy to answer. Uh, any idea how it is working? Anyone? Quickly help me with the answer, with your view. Sorry. Can anyone help me here how it is working? Or to make it more confusing or more challenging for you, I can also, put one more, let's say, body. I'll put it as let's say, you know, yellow, and let me run this. So can you help me with the answer? What's exactly happening here? So friend, your inputs are required. Okay, if you're not answering, whatever time we're spending, that is the completion of the concept. Okay. So can you help me? What is happening here? Anyone? How it is working? Okay, this is one example. I have not got any input. Okay. Uh, so we were looking at a multiple. Yeah, who's this? Please go ahead, friends.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please, please.
That style tag is overwriting, so
Yeah,
it is implemented.
yeah,
That's why yellow
fantastic.
color.
Yeah, fantastic answer, Numan. Yeah, because it will override it. Okay, so remember, like here, uh, yeah, so it will that's how the flow is like a overriding of the variable or changing the value. Because this link is basically you first refer the external file, so those styles will be copied here. Okay, actually those styles gets copied here. That's the reason why in my style.css we never write a HTML and head and body tag, because that body tag will get inserted here also. Okay, that's the reason why in .css file never write anything, because the content get replaced as it is. Okay, fine. Now, but since your body H1P came first, then again in the style you are writing, so like no one said that, absolutely right, very good answer. It will override it. Okay. But if you want to get the this one answer, whichever is written inside a style, then you can actually refer the link after defining a style. See, I'll show you. I'll see what is the changes I've done here. So this one, look at it. Uh, so so this way. So the difference is that earlier I was I had referred this. So link will be called within a head section, anywhere within the head section. Either you call it before style tag or after style tag. Then there is a difference. Okay, now this time I'm calling a link after style tag. After closing of my style tag over here. In earlier cases, it was before starting the writing a style tag. So let me just save it, and you will see a difference. You look at here. So that's how it happens actually. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so now what will happen that okay. It will take it since we had referred link after defining style sheet. So external style sheet actually override the internal style sheet details. Okay, that's how it works. Fine. So that is one thing you need to take care. So this demo we have seen. So there's a cascading order is there. Basically, see, this order you need to remember. What is the order? The priority given to inline style sheet. Remember, if someone asks you, the priority always given to a inline style sheet. Okay, remember. So first, if any inline style sheet is there, we have seen actually only two for the last example. One was external, one was internal. Okay, but priority always given to inline, then priority given to external and internal. Now that depends that how you're writing, whether you're using a style, you're writing style after the linking the file, or you're using a style before linking the file, before using external. So that way, then there's a browser default. Now what is a browser default? After all this, if nothing is there, then whichever default is there, it will apply. For example, if browser says that the default color of the text should be black, it will come out as black. Okay, that's way. So one is inline has been given a top priority. After inline, then we have either external or internal, depending upon where you are writing style, either before using the external style sheet or after using external style sheet. That way. And then in the end, if nothing is found, then browser default. Browser default is very simple. Whatever, if it doesn't find any style sheet, whichever the default font color, text color, default background color, all will be applied. Okay, so that way, so you can available. So now I'm not gonna do this demo. Actually, we had already seen the you know, uh, this thing. So if doesn't find anything, okay, there is a file called as, which is the file which is called cascading. Let me see if I have the, yeah, there is one example I could see cascading. Cascading, how to see that? Yeah, this is the one example. I'm gonna quickly show you. Uh, this is the output, and let us just pick up its file in a. So cascading means it will show us that if nothing is there, what will happen in that order, basically. So this is the output, and this one is the. Let me close on the other files. This is the code. Okay. So now how it works basically, it will go to no doubt go to a external file, whatever style say that it will take that. Then we have styles also here, background color linen. And after that, it comes to this thing. So look at here. Now you said that, like I told you that, I mean, in the rule, priority given to an inline style sheet. So this background color lavender will come. Okay. So background, if you want, I can just, change it to a, let's say, yellow to just make it little better. Okay. So priority, this is a cascading order, priority given to inline, then depending upon external or internal. Okay. So we'll do this. We look at here. So now this background color coming out to be yellow because the inline got a more higher priority. Okay. But then if inline is there, then what next? So if I just close this, let's say remove it, then depending upon the, whichever order is higher. Okay. So now, if any body is there, any style for the body is there in the external, it will take it. It will or whichever for whichever element it will take. Otherwise, it will override. So we save it. Now it's coming out to be nothing. I think there is some style. Yeah. And then if you go and remove the further thing, for example, let's say I come here and now I'm just actually you can use this. What is the command? I think this is the command, right? No, I think that's the HTML command we need to use. Okay, so no problem. I'll show you that. Where are we? Sorry. Now, so I removed the style also. So I remove the internal. I remove the this one also. So now I think then it takes from a. So now there is no style for a H1 or P. Okay, but there is a style for so H1 it is there. For paragraph it is not there in that external. It's only for a body is there, which is great. Where is that actually file? Uh, so some problem here. Yeah, let me show that. Yeah. Okay, so paragraph H1, yeah, for everything is there actually. For H1, we are not defined paragraph, yeah, color is there. So that's what the cascading order. So inline, external, sorry, external, internal, and then if nothing is there, browser default. Okay. So yeah, this was the command actually. Okay, you can't command a multi-line. This is a single line command. Yes, sorry about that. A CSS command is placed inside the style element and start with this. Okay, is actually a multi-line command is not there. That's the problem. This way we can add within the style or anything inside a style. Add CSS command is a CSS command is placed inside the style element. Okay, inside a style element. Okay, you can't put it outside. That was the thing. Otherwise, it's a element. So whatever the HTML command that can follow actually. Yeah. So multi-line can also be possible this way. Yeah. Anyway, so that Then there are a few CSS error we need to basically, check it out. So we will have this file. I need a file where styles gonna be there. So let me close it and open a file with the styles. So CSS, multiple style sheet will take this one. Yeah, this one. What is the file name? 13. All right. Uh, so one comment is missing semicolon, which means, after defining, let's say, we are saying color equal to red for the style, semicolon would require over here. So this thing, so you're not allowed to, like here, and if I say, let me check this and put it here. This way. So you need a, semicolon. So this is one error. This which file? 13. Let me open this. Example 13, multiple style sheet. So why it is not giving any error? Okay, it is because it is overriding it. That possibly the case. So let me. Yes, that is the thing. But it should show the error actually. Yeah, now it is showing the error because it is not showing any style to you. Look at here. But very strange. I'll save it and yeah, now it comes. It doesn't show that error in that way. That's little strange here. Otherwise, in older browser, it used to show the error. Okay, I'll just check if I can get it from a, let's say inspect. So definitely it won't come because of the error. But I am trying to say if I can get a, so I'm right click here and looking to a inspect. See if we get something here in console. No, it's not printing that. Uh, it's not printing. So I'll go to let's say in head we have this. So it took actually, it says the display none. Okay, so anyway, I need to code it a little better. Okay, so that is one error, and we have seen the impact of the error. What's the file? Yeah, this is a file. So it won't come. I just close the inspect for a time being. What is the other error? Let's see that. Other error is invalid, uh, uh, invalid property name. For example, it is saying COLR color is there, but we are saying COLR. So in that case also, if I put a semicolon and let's say if I remove one of the R and save it, in that case also it won't work. See, the best idea that you always do in a editor actually. Okay, it is working. Why? How come it is working? Any idea? Is this a case of color is orange, but this is not orange? Okay, background color is taking. So that color is not taking. Yeah, so it is not working actually. If you put it here, yeah, this is working. So that is one. So always do in a coding in editor like Notepad plus plus or any Edit plus plus, or any CSS, HTML editor or Adobe Photoshop, because you get to know the moment you do any error, it will come. Okay. Then there's something called invalid values error because the value cannot be, minus. The width cannot be minus. Okay. Like here. So if you are specifying, for example, let's say I want to specify width here. It could be anything actually. Color cannot be, let's say -100. So forget about width. Let's just check this. Say this not gonna work. See now not working. So always do in an editor, that will save your time. Since we are learning from a scratch, that's the reason why I'm not doing in the editor. Okay. Then there's a braces, you need to close it, if you create any braces, so close it. So for example, I'll close this and save it. We'll go there. Again, this won't work. It's not working as expected. There are many such errors are there. Then colon or braces, like you forgot, you're given a double colon here, So that case also won't work here. Now to avoid the error, what is the tips? Use a code editor with the syntax highlighting, like I told you. You can use Visual Studio Code, okay, or any code editor. Validate your CSS with CSS indexer, sorry, CSS linter or validator. So there is a CSS validator also, the inbuilt code. Then write CSS in small section and test frequently. I mean, write for one piece of style for one element, test it. Write another element and test it. Don't write the entire source code of 100 lines and then go and check. That would become a little challenging. So we won't be able to identify where exactly the error is. So for beginners, don't use any inbuilt editor. That's the suggestion, because then you won't be able to learn. See, like that's the reason why I could have used Visual Studio Code. I could have used any Copilot editor. In fact, Copilot editor will give the entire code also. I could have used Note Plus Plus or Edit Plus Plus or something like that. Okay, but then you won't be able to basically learn that way. Okay, so that was the thought process of the error. Okay. Now there are few color, CSS color styles. So we're not gonna see all this in more depth. So color are specified using predefined color name or you know red, green, blue, or hex or HSL or RGBA or HSL. There are various other formats are there. Okay. So we can specify using color name also, like tomato, orange, dodger blue. These are the whole lot of lists are there. Okay. So if you want a list, there's a 140. Uh, I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna share this document also with all of you. You know, uh, these are the color names. Let me close this tiles here. Okay, so all color name: caddet blue, chocolate, corner blue, and so on. Okay, you don't need to remember anything. Okay, because nowadays everything is so now it's a world of low code, no code. Okay, you are aware about it. I hope you are aware about low code, no code. Everyone, friends. So now it's a world of low code and no code. Okay. So low code means the entire project will be ready in a minute. You just need to modify a little bit. Coding very minimum. And no code means you don't need to code at all. Okay. I think I told you already. There's a website called lovable.ai. I'm not sure whether we discussed it. Yeah, this is the class. Okay. Lovable.ai. So this website is actually uh, everything is ready-made. It creates a full-fledged, web full stack portal, okay, where and creates this in a minute, okay. So like I want to create, let's say I hope it doesn't ask for a user ID. Create, shopping portal like Flipkart, for example. Yeah, that's the challenge here. I don't actually I don't do login here unnecessarily. There's some site which start following it. So you can see in the YouTube also. I do not have a we don't have that much bandwidth to basically show you, but just remember lovable. You need a this thing. I'll just copy paste here. So we are learning from a scratch, understanding the concept. Okay. Uh, and nobody gonna ask you to write it. Okay. So there is a background color. We had already seen this demo. So background color, Dodger blue, background color, this we can, okay, so this, we have seen the demo in the previous. There's a text color also. You can just say color equal to, these are all internal style, color equal to tomato and so on. Uh, there are demo, let me just check. 14. All right, my not. So color example. Say this is the one. Yeah. And if you can see the source of it, view page source, this is the one. Yeah. So style, background color, this one. This is the inline style sheet basically. Okay. If I say, let's say, okay, it won't allow me to actually modify. Anyway, not interested to modify. Let's go and inspect, and you can modify there temporary. Where is that? Again, it's inside the. Let's say blue. See, it comes here. So from here you can modify, but temporarily. Okay. This modification does not reflect in your source code. I mean the original code that would remain as it is. So if you rate, just need to refresh this. It's not taking that. Okay, that has been gone actually. But it does not reflect in the original source code. But yeah, this can be done from here. So color, we're not going to see in what it is. So there's a border color also. You can define border color. Let me just check if I have that demo ready. I can directly explain you CSS background. Yeah, this is the border color example. Let me open the code for us. Yeah, this one. Okay, so style border. There's an attribute called border. Okay, this is an inline style. We are saying 2 pixel solid. Okay, 2 pixel. It's a solid and tomato. Tomato is the color name basically. So you can give multiple. We have seen this demo in the last class where you want to apply a multiple style. You can just give space in the style name. Okay, so this way here. So if I say that's you can increase 12. You can keep it 20. You can keep it, let's say, 5. And if you save it, that's how it looks like. Yeah. So this is this is a border basically picture. This is a border actually. Okay. Now this will be little more width. This is okay. So let's say you want to remove this one of the property. Okay, I'll remove it and save it. So this is gone. Okay, so the solid has been gone. Okay, and all right, this is a border for us. Then CSS background is there. So what it does? So CSS background properties are used to add background after effects to an element. So these are the various property of it. Like background color we already seen. background image can be added. Let me share this with all of us. Let me launch it here. Has it gone? So we'll go to our document reference. Yeah. So image, repeat. There's a attachment, background position, and so background color we already seen. In fact, you can define inside a style. So n number of demos we have done. So I'm not gonna repeat this, friends. Uh, this one. Background hyphen color. That's the thing. That's this thing. And like mentioned earlier, the valid color name we can use color name or hex value, or RGB. 255 is the maximum range here for any color. These are color values. We can set background color for any HTML element. That's the background color blue, green, yellow. Only this property we need to use it. Now, why we are referring this? Because we're gonna use it in the further next demo. Okay. One more important thing, there is something called opacity. Okay. So what opacity does? So I'm parking that color things here. That's because we have seen many demo. Okay, friends. That's why I'm not taking that demo again. Then there's a opacity. Opacity, property, specify the opacity transparency of an element, and it can take the value from 0.0 to 1.0. The lower value, the more transparent. Okay. So the max starts from 0.0 and ends at 1. That's the maximum value within the range, and it shows the how screen is transparent, and so on. So what I'm going to do, there's a example number 19. Okay, let us first, close all the notepad. I'm just closing this. Mhm. I'm unable to find that demo. Okay, no issue. Let us just check it from here. Just thinking if I would have. Hold on. This is a JS actually. So no problem. I'll just show you that in a very quickly way. How does it look like? Yeah, this is the code. Windows R, Notepad. So that's the reason why I created all the demos, okay, to save the time. And we will park this inside CSS file only. All files op.html. All right, so let's go quickly. Where is op.html? Yeah, so this is how it looked like. Yeah, this is the demo. So we have basically div tag, it creates a category, or you can say kind of container. So div tag work like a container. I said background color green. Okay. So wherever whichever element gonna inside container means you need to put an element inside that container. You need to put something inside a container. So you have a container where you want to fill water. So you need to fill water inside, or you have a container where you need to put some let's say vegetable or something. So you need to put something. So I created the div as a container and background color green. Okay. Now what we are saying, I'm defining a properties here. So that div dot first opacity we are saying 0.1, div dot second 0.3, and div dot third 0.6. Okay, the maximum is 1, fine, and it start from little transparent to a high transparent. I mean, later a blur. You can say blur to a clear picture. Okay, so now you know. So if you want to use it in the HTML code, this is the way. So let's say I created a so this is my header here, and this is paragraph. So nothing will happen to this header and paragraph because when we are define our style here, look at this. In the style, we are not specified anything with respect to a paragraph here, and nothing with respect to H1. So nothing will happen to these two elements, paragraph and H1, because your style does not. We are not defining any style for a inside style. Look at here, nothing for a paragraph for H1 element, but we are defining a container, and that container has a various style div dot first, which is a div. Okay, now so means you need to put something inside a container. So I am creating a div. I'm opening that container, and then I'm putting a H1 inside it. Okay, so wherever whichever element comes inside the container, okay, they will be automatically classified for that container style. Okay, and which container style to be choose? I said div class equal to first because you written style using dot. So whenever you use a dot, that become a class. Okay, that we have seen in the last session. Okay, so you're saying div class equal to first. That means choose this style. So what is the first? First says that opacity is 0.1. Okay, this is what we'll choose. Then we have div class second. Opacity is div this one. Opacity is this for third. And then we are just also putting a div h1. Opacity is 1. Okay, so by default opacity is 1. So in div the only color is there. There is no such thing. Okay, so uh, but you can check that. Let's say if I put a paragraph inside it. Okay, here just a minute. So I'll save it. Let's see the outcome here. So look at how it looks like over here. Uh, so H1, the first H1 paragraph does not have any effect. These are this one, transparent boxes and while using opacity, this text, okay. Then you took a div, inside that we have put a H1 here. And in fact, if I put a, let's say, this paragraph, then it will apply to that also. But because that has to be part of container, okay. I will show you and let me save it. See, look at here. Looks very blur actually. See, they are there. Okay. And you can actually increase it up to, let's say if I say 0 point, 8, how does it look like? This is for the first one. Yes, save. Yeah, it looks very distinct. Yeah. So what is it we understood from here? One is that we div tag work like a container. That div dot first means this is a class style. Okay. You're creating a various category. Class means various category for a particular particular tag like div. So we have category like first, second, third. Okay. Now div is a container, so you need to put certain element inside it. Okay. So or it's up to you. You need to put something inside it. Okay. Uh, so I had put H1 and then I put P. Okay. Then whichever the class first is there, it will be applied. Okay. So actually you can go ahead and I'll show you. Maybe you can start putting in at least paragraph. For that matter. Let's say this is for this one. This is, and we'll have a, oh, there's some problem here. But it did not copy it and everything actually. That is okay. Let it be error. We'll learn. Yeah, see, it's coming here. So very simple. Opacity is the default one. Background image also you can give. There's a CSS property called background hyphen image. Specify image to use background of the element. Okay. By default, image is repeated, so it covers the entire element. That means in the background, the entire element repeated means in the background of the entire element that image will be there. But that depends what kind of image you have. So this is a property way to use. Okay. So example number 20. Let me go and okay first close all this. So creating a a various demo in the different file that has help us to for the reference. Okay. Otherwise, I will go and just keep on copy pasting the code, and that will be a waste of time for everyone. So background image. This is the example. I want to open the source code first. Uh, then I will explain the this thing. Yeah, have a look at here. So I have this image. Actually, this image is little big, and this is a code for that image. So we're defining an inline style under style tag, starting the style tag, closing the style tag. And for body, entire body, I'm defining an image. So background hyphen image is the property name, colon, it's a value. URL means you have to specify the URL. Wherever it is, it will just picks up whatever path you'll get. This is actually inside my folder. That's the reason I'm just giving double quotes, otherwise to specify the path. To entire body, this image will be applied everywhere. Okay, so if you see, this image is there, okay. It's showing it. Yeah, this is one example. So when you use a background image, use image that does not disturb the text. Okay, so that can also be done. I mean that's the practice. Okay, so background image can also be set like an element. Okay, so you can also set it for element. What I'll do that I'll just copy this and we'll put inside. I would need an image actually. Do I have? Anyway, that is okay. We can use the same thing. Don't want to waste any time for the. See, understanding concept is important, nothing else. Okay. Maybe you can differentiate with the help of the color. Let's just first see, is this same? We'll go here. Actually, the same image, so we won't be able to understand. All right. Uh, let's go ahead. This repeat we have already seen actually. The entire it repeats the entire image actually. If image is the image above is repeated only horizontally, background repeat hyphen X, background will look better. Okay. We do not have an image here, so let's just okay. Now we'll come to very important part, which is called as CSS, box model. Okay, so the important thing. Remember, in case of CSS. So whenever you apply any CSS property or let's say any element, it always follows a box model. Okay. So what is a box model? Every element is basically inside a box. Okay. So when you say a box has a how does box look like? It is in some form of rectangular shape. Then it has it's a square shape. It has border. It has width. It has height. It has content. Okay. So everything will come over here. So that is what the box model. So let's first see this. So in CSS, the term box model used when talking about design and layout, and every element, okay, is basically like a box only. That is how the entire the design works. I'm not taking more background example. We have done enough. Okay, so that's also the not much example in the presentation also. I think that is more than enough. Let's this concept is very important. The box. So every element when you design is actually a form inside a box. Okay, so what box consists of? Box consists of this section. Let me show you. So we have this is a content. Okay, so content. Okay, then we have padding, we have margin, and then we have border. Uh, Let me show you this from a presentation. I'll go to a box model. Hold on. Uh, yeah, this one. Yeah, so this is your content basically. Okay, and this is padding. This is your border. Okay, see this, the one which is in the red is actually your border. Sorry. Yeah, and inside this is a content. Okay, and this content and the border, this is called padding space. Okay, what is the margin? This is your one box which is inside a red. The margin means what, how much it is, a distance from the another element. Okay, or another box. Okay, that is called margin. So margin can have property like top, left, right, and bottom. Padding can have property like left, top, right, and bottom. We have seen a padding, in last class only. Okay, so padding means it's the distance of the content from the border. It's called padding. So this square box is basically a content. Its distance from this border is called padding. Okay, how much padding? Fine. So CSS box model is foundation of a layout on the web. Each element is represented as a rectangular box with the box content, padding, border, and margin built on around one another. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Okay. What browser does? Browser renders a web page layout in the form of box only. Okay, so you need to understand this when we need to understand when we work it. And these are the various property over here. Okay, so it has content, it has padding, it has border, it has margins. I already explained. Content means the content of the box where the text and images appear. Like this section inside this border. Sorry, this rectangle box is basically a content where text and image will appear. Uh, when we inspected, element, I can show you that we're already seen, it always follows the box model. So let's say whichever example, let's look at this example, I'll show you. And we inspect, see, look at here, friends. So this is what it box model follows. Look at here. So this is the content. See, for this particular, what is called, this entire page, let's go to hello world. So see, this is the content, and every element is basically so this we are talking about here for, see, hello. Okay, so this is the content here, and it says that, and this is a padding, so it creates in the border format. So distance of the content from a, its border. Okay, then margin means how it is differentiated from the another element. So if you see here, it's very clearly visible that, sorry, if I click on margin here, see, look at, this is the margin. So it just goes away. Let me come back with the, example you get to know. So that's how. Okay, content, border, padding, and margin very clearly mentioned here. This is the content which is in blue. This is the entire, you can say, border. Okay, and this is the margin. So you look at here, this is the margin of the, okay, so let me first. Yeah, so the content means content of the box where text images appear. Padding means clears an area around the content. Padding is transparent. Border, a border that goes around the padding and content. So padding and content, we'll do a demos here. Do not worry about it. Yeah, this way. Content, then this is your border. The space between border and content is padding, and margin will differentiate from another element box. Okay. Margin clears area outside the border. The margin is transparent. Okay. So very clearly written. So the content area is the central part of the CSS box model containing main content. It could be anything, whatever you want to put. It can style with various CSS property. The content edge refer to four edges of the content area: left content, right content, top content, and bottom content. So like here, this content can have either content can be center, content can be left, content can be on right, content can be left, bottom and right bottom. Okay, that's what they're saying. We're gonna do a demo. You'll enjoy it actually. Then we have padding area. The padding area is a space between content and the border, content and the border of the element. It includes area highlighted in light green and skin color in the example. The distance between the content and the border is called padding. Border makes the end of the padding area. Okay, and we can have area covered. Border area is basically used to form a border. Okay, and margin area is the difference between one element and the another element. There is a margin. Okay, so that's how it is. Let me see if I have the image there. It's already there. Okay, I can't copy in this one. Is that? Yeah, you can. So let's say this is your one element which has the border, margin, and padding. Then if I do one more control V, this could be another element. Okay, uh, this way. So what is a margin? Basically, this is one box element, one element which is also as a part of the box. Everything is a box in HTML actually. Every element is a box element. And here, so now distance between two element is called the margin area. This is the margin which I'm trying to say. Okay, and rest you know it actually. Okay. Uh, so it is like let's say if I put any photo here. Okay, let's say this is my content. If this is a photo, okay, now this photo is how many distance from the border, that is decided by the padding. Okay, then it is inside one frame. Okay, so that is called border. And then how does the entire your photo within the frame is actually different from another photo. Okay, so that way. So let me show you the, yeah. So it's very interesting. And so I'll show you one example of the box model, then you will get the idea. Let us go to the box model folder. Okay, let us first close all this, friends. Not required. We'll quickly come to this. Let me close this lovable. In fact, this one also. Where are we? So we are talking about not CSS3. Just checking if it's a part of no box model we are doing in the CSS5. Is that okay? So okay, this is the first example. Let me open with browser. Okay, and we'll also open the source code. Okay, no, not this one. I'm looking at the, this is the first example. This will help us to give us more idea. This is the first example. Let us just see the code of it. You will get more details on it. Okay, so we have. I'm gonna show you the source code. This is with 23. So let me open it, and we're gonna do more R&D over here. You'll enjoy it. Okay. So look at this, and let me gonna show you this part. Yeah, this one. So how does it works? Okay, so this thing. So I created one container, friends, and that container has background color is light gray. Width as 1300 pixel. Okay, border has 15 pixels, solid green. Okay, this is the border size, but solid green is the color of the border. Padding is 100. So padding can be divided into four category. Even same in the margin. Okay, so I'll first show you that the what are the properties of the. Okay. So like this case. So border can have top style. So border style can be dotted, dashed, double. It can be a top style, bottom style, left style, right style. Okay, so that style. Border color can be top color, bottom color, you know left, right. Border width can be top width, left width, right width. Wherever you want to give thickness and so on. The margin property can be left, right, top and bottom. Okay. Padding can be left, right, top and bottom. Okay. So this is one example here. They're given. See, if you want to define this one, we'll come to that. Let us first see this. Okay, I just referring this. So I created one container. I said background color light gray, width 1300 pixel, border is this, padding and margin. Okay. Now let's go to the actual code. So we have S2, we have paragraph. Now if you see the execution part here, friends, in this section, see the S2, demonstrating the box model and paragraph. This doesn't, though it is this still a box. Every element is a box, but since you're not applied any properties of the box, like what will be the border width, what will be the margin, what will be the padding. Okay, then it takes a browser default. Okay, that's how it is. But we create a certain style under a div. Okay, div, and then what we have done, we have put this entire text. Okay, so if you want to, let's say, minimize a little for let's do this. I'll save it and we'll run again. The little text. Okay. So now if you see to S2 and P element and nothing has been applied, though they are also a box element, but since we are not defined any property for them, okay, and we will not put them inside a content. Now what I've done, I've created a div element. I'm writing certain content. You can have an image also, anything over here. Okay. So what has happened? So what we said that, okay, so div background color is light gray. See, that is why it is coming. So if you actually knock out this, for example, and will it take that? I'm just trying it. If it should actually. Let's just try this. Yeah, see, I commented that. Okay. So I commented the style. See what has happened? The style is gone. Which style? The color is gone. Okay. Now let's say if you, go and comment this thing, what is called the width also. See what will happen. The width will also go. The width is also gone. Okay. So I'm saying box is there. You just need to remember their property. Okay. And let's say if you, modify their, what is called the border. Okay. I'm going to show you this. Save. See, border is gone because you commented. See, I'm trying to put, how does box element being created? Okay. So to remember, you only need to remember what box consists of. Okay. Now it only, right now it has padding and it has only a margin. Okay. What if I remove everything? So slowly we'll do it. I'll copy from here. I'll paste it and again save this. So see, padding is gone. Now you remember what is the padding actually from the border to the content area. So that is also gone. Every element is a box. The only margin is remaining. And if I, let's say, increase this, and you will get to know how does it. See, its margin means now though border is there is no set property, but margin means margin of the one element with the another. So you said it is 200 pixel. Okay, so that is how you need to basically go and if you knock out everything, it will become a simple element. So I'll just show this and show you this. Look at this. It has become a simple element, but you can create those elements under a box. So it's up to you. So what I'm going to do that, let us just remove this. and have a let's say, yeah, you're getting it. We can have a one more element here, okay, and I can put this and let me save it, okay. So look at here. We have one more box element. See now, what is the margin? Basically, this is one box element. This is another, and this is the difference between two box elements is called margin. Okay. Now, what is the content? This is a content. Okay. This is a content, and padding means the distance of the content from the border. Okay. So the green is basically a border. Okay. This thing. Okay. Not depending upon you. So what we can do is that I'll show you. You know, we can create a multiple model. Okay. So let me show you one more example. This thing. We'll get more detail about it. This is a notepad. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna refer this. Uh, just sorry for this. Open with Google Chrome. I'll close this friend for us. Okay, now have a look at it. See how. See now what we have done. I'll just show you. So I have created one style called one. There I define background color light gray, width as 1300 pixel. So maybe we could just do it a little slow. Width border as 15 pixel. So what it is actually, you just need to remember this property and what they do, and you need to just specify it. So padding and margin. Okay, this is what I specify for what dot one. Dot one means it's my class. Okay, so class selector. Then I have dot two, and then I define this another property for a border. Okay, this thing. Now when we go to a this thing, sorry, body, then we have s2 tag. There we are not applying anything, and even to a paragraph we are not applying anything, so it will remain as it is. So when we are running it, you can look at, there's nothing has been given to a header s2 and paragraph. Now wherever you apply the style, so let's say we have a div, we are defining a div tag. Inside that we are saying class equal to 1, or you can have a paragraph and say class equal to 1. Okay, or and here I am saying class equal to 2. Okay, so wherever you apply, then that particular box will be supplied, I mean applied. So save it. So look at here. Okay, see how it changes. Okay, you need to basically do more inspection on it. So if I inspect this, I'll show you. See how it has been created. Okay, so let's go to a body. Sorry. See for the S2 element also, though there is there is no box where it is by default there's a box. So you can see that you know uh, uh, this is the maybe border end is the one of the element where it distance. Okay, right now distance is 0 actually. Let me just okay, we have paragraph tag, we have div, and this is another div. Look at here, you get to know. See, this is the content. So content size is this. Okay, this is the content size. You see the padding is mentioned over here. See the it is 15 pixel different from the border. Okay, this content area. Okay, then this margin, this entire thing is a margin. This separates one element with the another. So this is a gap. Okay, this margin is the gap here. Okay, so this thing. So what is required, you need to understand the how does this property sets up. Okay, you can, once you do certain kind of changes, you'll get to know. Okay, so see very clearly mentioned here. See, look at the different color. The content is in blue. Okay, the border is in actually a green coming out to be here. Look at this. Okay, and in margin it will not show anything. Margin because the distributed in two element. Okay, fine. But look at from here. Okay, this actually will close it. See, this way. Okay. Uh, this is first and second. Now, if you do any changes, let's say if I say padding, if you want to increase the, let's say, there's a width and, width also. So here there is no width. Okay. So in the class two, sorry, in the class 2 there is no width. Okay, so that's the reason why it is horizontally expanded. I'll show you this. Let's say if you put a width here, for example, and we'll put it as 300. See, now it's coming. See, nicely. You're getting it in this way. Okay. So you can create any style and apply it, and you'll learn that what are the. But you need to remember all this property. What are the property here? How to apply? For example, these are the property. Anyway, you're not gonna code much in the exam also. Uh, but actually, this will be useful for you once you're designing those practical assignment. Okay, that is how this demo will help you. Okay. Uh, you can create very simple thing like width, padding, border. Then see what are the various property of the padding: left, padding right, padding bottom, padding top, and so on. So like here. So this is one example. I said border width. This border top color red. So I'll show you this. Just a minute. See, maybe we can put this. Okay. We can put it here itself. Let's say it looks very weird, but no problem. I'll put it here. I'll make it as, let's say, .3. Weird in the sense I'm not calculating it. How does style gonna look like? So I'll just save it for us. And okay, we also need to write. So I'll take one paragraph here. Maybe we'll take this little bit instead of container. We'll take a paragraph. Sorry, here we'll close this paragraph. And I'll say class equal to 3. Sorry. And let's see it. We will run it. Okay, let me close the inspection. See how it look like. So look at here. This is now coming as dotted. Okay, here, because the class 3 style, you said everything. You said that border thick. In fact, you can copy this and put inside the maybe second style and save it. So remembering the see, look at how it second look like. It's little different actually. You need to see what kind of style you are putting. Okay, top color red, left color orange. See, look at here. Border left color and orange. Yeah, it's coming out to be here. Oh, sorry. Border style, right style dotted. Okay, so right style is dotted. See this one, right. Okay, and there's a green border. Right color is green. Look at it. This right color is green here, friends. Okay. Border left color we are not given. Border right style is dotted. It's a style dotted. Even this right style. Border bottom style double. See, that's why it's coming out to be double. Okay. And if you say that border bottom color is violet, that's why it is appearing here. And if you say border, left color, let's say, uh, is also green, for example, I'll save it. Let's refresh. See. Okay, I think did we save? Okay, it's a left instead of left. Yeah, so I'm saying left. Okay, some mistake is there. Okay, no problem. We'll just check. So anyway, you can keep on applying this for the oral thought. Okay, so I mean that's a fantastic concept, but you need to remember the properties. Okay, otherwise will be a challenge. So, but nowadays you don't need to remember. We have all the advanced editor. Just open any page, modify those colors, and you'll see that how it changes. So basically, from the inspection also you can get more detail. So if I go and do an inspection here, So look at, so if I go to, let's say, my third element, okay, this is the third. Okay. So you can get, how does it, think some problem here. Yeah, that's how it is. So this is a content it shows. Okay, if you go here, you see this border it shows. Okay, it shows this margin. So everything, you can in fact do some R&D here and change it. See red. It is in left color orange. Okay, that's what being put and everything. Okay. Anyway, we'll just stop here. Next time we'll start with the JavaScript. Okay, I think the whatever the syllabus we completed, I mean, we covered the required element. Okay. So thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day. Please appear for quiz. Oh, we already crossed that. Let's stop sharing. Let me stop the recording also. Please confirm quiz is accessible.